Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to your news edition. These are the headlines. Algeria remains devoted to supporting Africa in all sectors, a position reiterated in the message of the President of the Republic, Abdelmadjid Tebboune, during the 19th session of the Executive Bureau of the Conference of African Constitutional Jurisdictions. Tasked by the President of the Republic, Prime Minister Sifyari chairs in Constantine the awarding ceremony of the President of the Republic's prize for the best exporter of the year 2025. Following the recent rainfalls, the Minister of Interior went to Schleff to inquire about the consequences of bad weather and evaluate the care of affected citizens. Another scandal of France Télévisions, denounced by the Algerian press agency. The French public service is now playing the game of the far right. As part of the Ramadan programs, the EPTV starts the shooting of a tragic comedy series with talented actors. Welcome back. Under the high patronage of the President of the Republic, Abdelmadjid Tebboune, the works of the 19th session of the Executive Bureau of the Conference of African Constitutional Jurisdictions started at the International Conference Center Abdellatif Rahal. The ceremony was marked by the message of the President of the Republic to the participants, read on his behalf by the President of the Constitutional Court, Leila Aslawi. The President of the Republic hailed the efforts of the Bureau to serve constitutional justice and reinforce institutional cooperation. The President highlighted that Algeria's choice to host the conference has a great symbolic reflecting the trust put in Algeria and its devotion to support the African constitutional legal action in different sectors. The works were held in the presence of the President of the People's National Assembly, Ibrahim Bourali, several advisors of the President of the Republic and government members, in addition to official African institutions representatives. Let's listen to the President of the Constitutional Court, Leila Aslawi.
Algeria, guided by its principled commitment to Africa, will remain a steadfast supporter of the continent and the political, legal, institutional and development fields. It works toward building strong institutions in order to strengthen African constitutional justice. The selection of Algeria as the host country of the Congress of African Constitutional Jurisdictions carries profound symbolic significance and reflects the trust placed in our country, as well as in its commitment to supporting and promoting the role of African constitutional justice.
في بلادي وفي التزامها العملي بدعم العمل القضائي الدستوري
As part of reinforcing cooperation and exchanging experience in the legal and constitutional sectors, the President of the Constitutional Court, Leila Aslawi, received the Turkish President of the Constitutional Court, Kader Uzkaya. Algeria continues to strengthen its export sector, promoting local products on regional and international markets. The yearly award for top exporters recognizes outstanding efforts and encourages greater competitiveness abroad. Besmafar with the details.
Since 2020, Algeria has adopted strategic measures to promote agricultural, agri-food, industrial and service products. These measures support producers in expanding beyond the local market to regional and international markets. The Best Exporting Enterprise Award is a much-anticipated annual initiative held under the high patronage of the President of the Republic, Abdelmadjid Tebboune, to recognize efforts and encourage greater competitiveness. The Prime Minister Sifyari honored 5 enterprises that excelled in export operations in 2025.
I would like to thank the President of the Republic for this valuable initiative, which reflects confidence in young people and in Algerian products. This initiative will further motivate us to work harder, God willing, and to promote Algerian products on international market. From this platform, we extend our sincere thanks to the President of the Republic, Abdelmadjid Tebboune. This reflects our company's commitment to supporting the state's vision of becoming a regional hub for the export of pharmaceutical products.
والتكريم باش يعني تشجعنا.
This recognition is a major source of encouragement. It helps us move forward. We thank all state mechanisms that have supported us in export activities. The support has been essential. It enabled us as a company to enter 35 countries worldwide.
كشركة 35 دولة في العالم.
الحمد لله لحقنا هذا العام.
Thank God this year we reached more than 20 countries, notably in the Gulf region, as well as Tunisia and Libya, compared to 2023. Our results have doubled this year, God willing.
نتائج تاع هذا العام إن شاء الله.
We also extend our appreciation to all the women and men of the Sonagas Group in recognition of their efforts. This award is of great importance to the Sonagas Group.
Decisive action and sound economic vision are reflected in policies that enhance the value of local products. Making them more competitive, the goal is to reduce dependency on hydrocarbons and build a sustainable, independent economy that safeguards national sovereignty.
جائزة رئيس الجمهورية لأحسن مصدر ليست مجرد تتويج بل هي.
The President of the Republic Award is not just a prize, it is a message of appreciation and recognition for every economic actor who believes that export beyond hydrocarbons is the key to the future. What has been achieved so far is a source of pride and honor.
Each year, Algeria's exporters are celebrated, showcasing the strength of local products on the international stage and highlighting the ongoing growth on the country's trade and exports.
Following the recent rainfalls, the Minister of Interior, Local Authorities and Transport, Said Sayoud, went to Shlef alongside the Minister of National Solidarity, Family and Women's Condition, Soraya Mouloudji, and the Director General of Civil Defense, Boualem Bourlef, to inquire about the consequences of bad weather and evaluate the care of affected citizens. The Minister extended his condolences to the family of the little girl who died in the municipality of Zebuja. He also listened to the concerns of the inhabitants of Bouzraya and Benayria before giving the kick-off of Solidarity Caravan for the benefit of the affected families. We'll listen.
Following the instructions of the President of the Republic, we are present in Shlef to inspect the consequences of the recent bad weather that affected the province. This visit also aims to convey the condolences of the President of the Republic and the members of the government to the family of the young girl who died as a result of these weather conditions. We pray that God grants her a place in His vast paradise and bestows strength and courage upon her family. We will also travel to Mascara and Ghelizan to inspect the damage caused.
كما ندعو لأهلها بالصبر والسلوان إن شاء الله. سنقوم بزيارة الولايات الثلاثة، سنتفقد كذلك ونطلع على كل الأضرار التي تسببت فيها كل التقلبات الجوية.
We are here to support the residents of the affected areas as well as citizens impacted by these weather conditions. From the onset of the bad weather, instructions were given to local solidarity units to mobilize all teams, provide material assistance and ensure psychological and social support for those affected.
The rainfalls also caused the death of a 60-year-old man in Ghelizan. His body was found near Ouedsfa. The civil defense continued its efforts to help the affected citizens by rescuing more than 15 people, in addition to water draining operations alongside housing units and roads. Important material resources were mobilized to help the citizens in the provinces of Lawat, Al Bayad, Tisim Silt, and Tindouf. Representing the President of the Republic in the International Fair for Mines and Quarries, Semika Chad 2026, the State Minister for Hydrocarbons and Mines, Mohamed Arqab, was received by the President of the Republic of Chad, Mohamed Idriss Déby. Arqab conveyed the salutations of the President of the Republic and handed him a written message affirming the will of reinforcing the bilateral cooperation in all sectors. The President of Chad, for his part, tasked Mohamed Arqab to convey his salutations to the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, reaffirming the will of his country to reinforce the bilateral relations and work together to support the African cooperation and the South-South partnership. The State Minister for Hydrocarbons and Mines, Mohamed Arqab, held talks with the Minister of Oil, Mines and Geology of the Republic of Chad. They discussed ways to expand the bilateral cooperation in the sectors of hydrocarbons and mines, particularly as part of the South-South cooperation. On this occasion, Arqab signed a memorandum of understanding between the Sonatrach Group and the Chadian Company for Hydrocarbons, as well as two cooperation agreements to improve the training of skills in the hydrocarbon sector and benefit from the Algerian experience. The Minister of Posts and Telecommunications, Sid Ali Zarruqi, took part on Thursday in Cairo in the proceedings of the 29th session of the Council of Arab Ministers of Communications and Information, attended by ministers and heads of delegations from Arab countries, as well as representatives of the League of the Arab States. On this occasion, the minister stressed the importance of unifying Arab positions ahead of upcoming international milestones, particularly those related to the International Telecommunication Union, in addition to current issues concerning AI, cybersecurity, and digital economy. The Ministry of Communication denies the accuracy of a report published by the French language daily Al Watan under the headline "Members of Council of the Nation say no to the new traffic law," stating that the article contains false information and is misleading to public opinion. For its part, the Bureau of Council of the Nation recalled that it had already expressed its opinion and defined its positions on the text of the traffic code law, expressing its surprise at what was reported by Al Watan regarding this law, particularly the headline published which attributed to members of the Council of the Nation a rejection of the law. The members of the Council of the Nation unanimously adopted the organic law concerning the status of the judiciary, and the text amended the law on the nationality code during a plenary session chaired by the President of the Council of the Nation, Aziz Nasri. It aims at adapting the legal framework to the provisions of the Constitution and relevant international commitments, particularly regarding the cases of deprivation of nationality. The members of the Council adopted a law criminalizing the French colonization in Algeria. There were reservations regarding 13 articles that will be re-examined by a joint committee of the People's National Assembly and the Council of the Nation. APS criticizes France Télévisions for airing a complément d'enquête episode, a disinformation campaign against Algeria, giving a platform to far-right narratives. APS warns this reflects deeper French biases and risks harming French-Algerian relations. Melissa Villa-Balaman.
Neither investigation nor balanced reporting, APS denounces in its article what it calls a methodical disinformation campaign in which Algeria is treated as a media commodity. By airing the Complément d'Enquête episode titled Rumors and Dirty Tricks, the discrete France-Algeria war, France Télévisions is said to embrace far-right narratives and once again give a privileged platform to those who have made hostility towards Algeria their cause. According to APS, this obsession with Algeria among a segment of the French political class centers on a former French diplomat who, during his 2 postings in Algeria, repeatedly sought to weaken the country and push it toward chaos. Fully aware that in France, the louder the hostility toward Algeria, the greater the reward, he is now omnipresent on television panels and promoted as an expert despite the fact that his only credibility rests on falsehoods. Even more troubling, the article adds, the French public broadcaster now appears willing to go to any lengths to support its narratives, including giving airtime to a drug dealer with neither education nor legitimacy, whose clear role is to sow doubt and influence Algerian youth. Driven by his own excesses, the individual openly flaunts his wealth and does not hide the fact that he is maintained and protected by French services. That France's public broadcaster should sink to this level bodes ill for Franco-Algerian relations, particularly since this marks the 3rd time France Télévisions has attacked Algeria through biased narratives and crude approximations, apparently believing that senior Algerian figures could credibly appear on the same platform as a petty dealer and low-level informant for French intelligence. This raises a critical question. Is chase and buzz now worth moral abdication and professional failure, or is it a symptom of a deeper French malaise, incapable of viewing Algeria except through resentment, colonial nostalgia, and domestic political obsessions? By repeatedly attempting to resolve its own identity fractures at Algeria's expense, the French public broadcaster only exposes its own deficiencies, first intellectual, then editorial and ethical, unworthy of a taxpayer-funded media outlet tasked with serving the public interest, APS adds. Algeria does not need caricatures to exist, but France's media landscape still relies on Algeria to conceal its own failings, APS concludes.
Rising unemployment, widespread poverty and deepening social inequality are exposing the scale of Morocco's economic and social crisis, as critics accuse the Makhzen of prioritizing image-building projects over the basic needs of citizens. Melissa Balaman.
Statistics that capture the depth of Morocco's social and economic crisis. Unemployment is rising sharply, compounded by the loss of nearly 200,000 jobs. Figures show more than 60% of Moroccans live below the poverty line, while youth unemployment stands at 36%. The outcome of Makhzen policies marked by deep structural failures, placing the country first in the Arab and Maghreb regions for the number of beggars, nearly 195,000. Life is expensive, food is expensive. The state should support the poor, widows, and all those in need. Even retirees are suffering. As Moroccans endure this multidimensional crisis, the Makhzen focuses on polishing its image abroad, spending billions on projects that bring no benefit to citizens. Those affected denounce false promises and warn of a widening social divide. The reality on the ground is bleak, especially in rural and isolated areas where infrastructure and basic services are largely absent. We have nothing to eat but water and bread. The road is too narrow. We have to walk everywhere. Look at all this water. The roof could collapse on us. We are suffering deeply. Our complaints have changed nothing. A reality the Makhzen is trying, unsuccessfully, to hide.
Mosaic, a new series coming in the month of Ramadan, capturing the atmosphere of the city of Constantine and bringing Algerian families together. Basma Far with the details.
Another television project is taking shape, this time in Constantine province. A drama and comedy series named Mosaic is bringing together experienced actors and young talents. The work explores social realities and is set to air during the second half of Ramadan, a period usually dedicated to family viewing.
I play several roles, including a jeweler, a husband. We hope to be light guests and appreciated by the public during the coming Ramadan. I play a working woman who has reached retirement age but is denied this right because of her experience and her importance within her professional environment. Constantine supported me, especially at the beginning of my career. The series presents different characters within the same family, the mother, the sister, and the daughter, each with a distinct personality. I prefer not to reveal too much and to keep the mystery. The series is built around 15 themes, each linked to social realities. Its objective is clear, to place the viewer at the center of reflection and a reference point, and as a judge. For this reason, national television viewers are invited to follow Mosaic.
With this production, the regional station of Constantine is reviving its creative activity in the field of television fiction, and it is the general director of the Algerian television, Mohamed Belghali, who gave the green light for the production of this new drama comedy series.
The series Mosaic highlights several artistic figures from Constantine, including Alawa Zarmani, Hakim Bakar, and Fatiha Sultan. These names now go beyond the regional framework to become part of the national artistic heritage. Alongside established figures, young talents are actively involved in filming the various scenes. Their contribution strengthens the work carrying strong social and human messages.
This series, produced by EPTV, combines experienced, well-known talents in the work that carries clear social and human messages.
And with this, we come to the end of our edition. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us. Have a good night.